Hey, Cod viewers, this is Skipper Paul Ferrace coming to you on one of those typical hot Cleveland days. So, Curator Evan and I are sitting in my RAV4, and I'm controlling my air conditioning. Sometimes you might want to turn the air conditioning off, increase the fan speed. Lord knows you can also direct where you want the wind air to go, and maybe just the circulation, ventilation, and you want to be able to isolate the front from the back. And any modern car has that capability. But you know what? So do fleet submarines. USS Cod and her 200 plus fleet submarine sisters were built with air conditioning and blowers. There's a very complex system of pipes and vents and blowers, motors and supply and ventilation blowers, squirrel cage blowers, to move air through the submarine. Because even though we're on the surface 95% of the time, by the time Cod gets out to the war zone, not everybody's up on deck enjoying the nice ocean breeze. So you wanted to bring as much of that fresh air into the submarine as you could. So just like the car, where we have a recirc button, the Cod has both a supply blower and an exhaust blower system. And maybe Evan can do a nice cutaway from the submarine BUPERS manual of the ventilation air system. But anyway, suffice to say, we've been working with Cod's blower motor inboard for a number of years since we got the boat, and we've maintained the blower motor, the electric motor, but we haven't run the exhaust. Maintenance director Dave and Lou Vertosnik and curator Ben and Jim Newton, they turned to. We pulled down some of the ducting that hadn't been moved since Cod was built, to get at a induction damper in the pressure hull that's been frozen, we believe, for probably 70 years. And anyway, you're going to see Dave. He's going to discuss that. So, boy, it might be 85 degrees outside, but I sure like shooting these videos in the comfort of my car. Don't you, Evan? Yeah, he's shaking his head yes. Anyway, so remember, hit like, subscribe, notification bell, and Dave, take it away.
Hi there. I'm Dave Krejci, maintenance director here at the USS Cod, and I got a kind of a big project going here. We're redoing our whole ventilation main manifold. We tore the whole thing out in 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're refurbishing each piece and making it functional again. I mean, why are we doing that? Well, our ventilation system on the boat, the original ventilation system, most of it didn't work anymore. We were just like limping along all these years with just one functionality, mainly drawing air from outside into the boat. But you could run it like in 5 different modes if you get the daggone thing working the way it was designed. So that's all I'm doing here is, for instance, this module here, the one main damper. The hinge was busted. We had to take that all apart, re-weld the hinge. We're going to replace the gasket that goes all the way around, and it'll go in something like this. You get the idea. That's the main bypass damper, where you can actually switch from recirc to outside air. That comes in handy this time of year. In early morning hours, we can run the ventilator to draw cool morning air into the boat. Then come business hours that begin at 10 a.m., you can switch to recirc. So you can just recirc that cool air throughout the boat without having to draw in any more of this hot, humid air into the boat. That's one functionality we're going to restore. Another functionality, we only have the one ventilator motor running right now. the whole ventilation supply motor, but that's only half the picture. We got a whole ventilation exhaust motor that's just sitting there. Well, we're going to activate that too. Both motors hook into this main manifold, and once they're both running in tandem, you can pick and choose which motor you want to use. Together with the main damper and 2 bypass dampers, you can do all kinds of wonderful things to the ship's ventilation, and that'll come in handy year-round. Another advantage of activating the exhaust motor, we'll get to the galley exhaust hood. When you're frying bacon, we can get that running again. Or baking pizza. Not only that, running the exhaust motor, you can set it up where during recirc mode, you can draw air from the bottom portions of the boat, talking about the lower deck. You can recirc that cooler air underneath the waterline. You can recirc that into the main area of the boat, the main deck. And that will help to add a little bit more cooling to the air as it's recirculating inside the boat. That'll come in handy during daylight business hours. So there's also one whole ventilation supply valve, the inboard one, that was completely frozen shut. If we couldn't get that unfrozen, then all of this other work would have been for naught. So that's the first thing we did. Me and the crew, and Evan is going to insert some really cool video of us unfreezing that whole ventilation supply valve. You'll love it. Once that was done, then the whole project was doable and worth doing. So here I am out here, banging everything into shape, replacing gaskets as needed, realigning dampers. We're going to paint it up real nice, and then we'll install these modules back into the boat and fire up the ventilation system like it was designed to be used, probably for the first time in 80 years. Pretty cool stuff, huh? So that's the story for now. Stay tuned. We'll probably add a follow-up video of this nice, beautiful ventilation system up and running. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.